6-mile sail might turn into a 20-mile sail.
A little bit of extra work. Safety's key on a boat.
Never sailed to drop the anchor before.
We're Steph and Travis, Canadians who didn't know much about sailing. We didn't let that or a global pandemic stop us from living our dream, and we've been winging it ever since. We took off from Toronto and made it to Grenada in year 1, and we've got no plans on stopping. Subscribe to join our life on the water. Thanks to our patrons who keep the dream going.
Somebody as excited as I am?
Wow, what's happening?
We're moving!
Are we?
Yeah, we've been situated in the same anchorage for a solid, I would say, at least 2 weeks now, which is quite a long time for us to stay in one spot because we like moving around every few days or so, even if it's just to change up the bay, the views. Feels like forever, but we've been waiting out some pretty high winds the past couple of weeks in a relatively calm anchorage. And it's a good spot. We're near town and the grocery store and the garbage, all the necessities. So we've been getting pretty comfortable here, but now that the winds have died down a little bit, we are going to be moving to Tintamare. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but Tintamare. That's how you spell it. And it's kind of like a little party island, I would say, because we were there maybe for a day and a half a couple of weeks ago, and it was a really nice spot. A lot of day boats, charter boats go there, and there's maybe a dozen mooring balls for us to pick up. And it's just a cool spot for the weekend, but it can get quite packed, quite loud, and rolly from our experience last time. So hopefully when we get there, it's not too busy, it's not too crowded, and there's a spot for us. If it is too rolly, I think there is another bay close by that we can stop at, so we'll see where we end up, but I'm just excited to move. Remember how to move the boat at this point?
I know. Forget how to sail, I think. Whenever you stay somewhere for a while, you forget like what has to be put away and everything on the boat
Yeah.
to get seaworthy.
But when we were moving every day, we're like, okay, yep, things are good to go. 2 minutes, we're pulling the anchor up.
Yeah,
And now we're
nothing
like, is
moves.
everything ready?
Yeah.
Does the boat work? Are we good to
I think
go?
we're pretty good though.
Yeah, we don't
don't-
keep a lot of stuff out on a regular basis, as you can see.
Yeah, we don't let the boat get too unfolded.
No, we don't like stuff laying around here on a regular basis just because it just makes the space feel more closed in and smaller when you're already in a like tight quarters, I would say. Like,
Dirtier. And we want it as clean as we can because we feel like dirtier people. On just general.
we run a pretty tight ship, I would say. So
Tight ship.
not much to put away. Just a couple of things on the countertops and stuff, and then we're good to go. The ferry. It's time to go.
Yeah. When that ferry comes by, we got a right good rockin'.
Six-mile sail might turn into a 20-mile sail. We're trying to get around the point over there. And that is exactly where the wind is coming from. So if we were to turn into that, it would just be coming straight at us. So instead, we are gonna head further that way and out before making it around. Just arrived at Tintamare, and it's not as busy as we thought that it was going to be, probably because it's a little rolly, still a little windy, and the water is actually not as clear as it once was, that we know it can be here, just because the winds have probably stirred it up over the past couple of weeks. But we are kind of debating, ooh, that was a big jolt right there. We're attached to a mooring and we're second guessing it.
We can bring out a bigger mooring rope, and that'll help with some slack. But I just don't want to do it here because we end up Well, since the jolt is so aggressive, we'll just put out like a really big line so it can take some of the shock, I guess. I'm gonna try this method first because someone just got off a ball and it's directly in the middle. So I think it might be a little smoother. I was watching the sailboat in front of us and their line looked a little smoother. And just so happens the boat came off this ball, so we just came over to this ball. And if I do this with the bigger rope, and if the jolt's still too aggressive, we'll just fall back and anchor, and maybe that'll be smoother.
I like mooring balls just because it's easier to leave. We just untie and go.
Take this rope, feed it through the eye, and bring it back to me. A little bit of extra work to add a second big line, but safety's key on a boat. You know, something silly is just not adding a second line for your mooring, and say it snaps or something, be silly. So it's always good to double up, especially on the jolts that we're getting. It's pretty aggressive, so I want it to be evenly jolting on the front of the boat, not one side than the other.
Every time we arrive somewhere, we have to make water.
Oh, like somewhere that's like nice and weekend style like spots, like the little vacation spots. Well, we got a little tank.
A lot of the day charters and little party boats have arrived, and I would say Sunday's probably the busiest afternoon here. We are going to head to shore and do some swimming. We're going to swim to shore and then just walk on the little island here and get a little bit of exercise because it's nice to get off the boat sometimes, and we are in a beautiful spot. Travis's toes. Are we going to go swim?
I guess, yeah, just on the beach, check it out.
Yeah. It's pretty loud if you're just sitting in this anchorage. Actually, it's pretty wavy right now.
That's extremely wavy.
I kind of want to go build one of those stone cairns. They look fun, and there's so many of them. Shall we go?
Yes. Yeah, let's go build them.
Cairn. Is that how you pronounce it? We never know how to pronounce anything.
No.
Cairn.
We came here a month ago with some friends, and he had an old Christmas tree on the boat, like a live one. So we came over and planted it just over here. So we're gonna see if it's still alive. It's about a month ago, so we didn't have any water. So it's actually, I just thought about it, it's been raining like quite a lot the last, I don't know, the last month. It's lived. This is awesome. Decent soil. Should grow to be nice and big. That means we'll have to come back here in a couple years. Those are always fun to build, especially when you build the big ones, but you just gotta watch out they don't drop on your toes.
Not that one.
With the on top. Made it to the other side. Pretty cool.
Oh, it's on my stomach. Ow, your shoulder's in my gut.
Rocks.
Ow.
Got past the rough part.
We just left Tintamare and had a lot of fun this morning. I think we were a little bit over the busyness, the loudness, and the rolliness.
That's a good spot if the winds are less than 10, but well, I guess the winds are kind of less than 10 right now, but it's been blowing like 20 plus for the last month, so there's going to be a lot of big Atlantic swell coming in, so not ideal there. So we're going to mosey around the corner. It's a place called Grand Case or Grand Case, whatever. Holy! As you can tell, maybe you can't tell, it's super rolly. But we got a decent broad sail right now, which is nice. Should take us about just a little over an hour to get there. Through the rod in the water. Hopefully we can catch something. Something to eat at least. None of those blasted barracudas. I'm over them, as you guys may know.
Lovely temperature today. It's bright, it's sunny, it's not raining like we've had for the last little while. And it's just really pleasant. Got a nice cool breeze coming in. It's perfect temperature. And I don't know if we've just acclimated after spending all summer down in Grenada, but these temperatures right now in the winter in the Caribbean have been just perfect for us. It's not too hot during the day. The water's a nice temperature to jump in to cool off if we need to, and nighttime is perfect. Not sweaty, got a nice breeze, and we can sleep with a blanket on. We're just approaching the anchorage now, and we like to stay out a little bit further than where all of the boats kind of anchor in a tight spot. It's nicer out there anyway, and we're gonna try to sail to anchor. Cass is feeling pretty optimistic. Okay.
Yeah, we've never sailed to drop the anchor before, so why not give it a try? I think it's a good angle that we're heading. We just got to go through this cut, and then once we're on the other side of the cut is where we kind of want to anchor. So since it's downwind, it should allow us to furl the sail in nicely, and then we're going to turn a 180 and then drop the anchor.
We're not going right into where all those other boats are anchored though, right? We're going to be off to the side.
Yes, yeah. Not that ballsy yet. Okay, get ready. 300 feet away.
dropping speed here.
Yep. Now we're gonna. Sorry.
Feet. 0.8.
Got a good pull, so we know it's set, because we know the ground's like really sandy here, because we've anchored here before.
And you can see it.
Yeah, you see, 8 feet down. That was cool. Good
That was
job.
perfect.
Woohoo! Good job.
Good job.
Your hands are really dirty from the anchor chain.
That they are.
So that was relatively easy because we were going downwind and we only
yeah.
had the head sail out.
We were going downwind, and our anchorage that we were going to anchor was on our course.
It's wide
So-
open.
So we didn't have to zigzag through anything. We just knew our course. Like, we'd pass it. We'd pass where we were going to drop the anchor. So then it left us time to, like, we'd furl in the head sail right before we passed our anchor spot. So then when we turned around and headed back into the wind, we would have aimed and slowed down right at our mark to then drop the anchor and then fall back again.
So do you think if we had the mainsail up, we would have been able to do that? Or by the time you actually get the mainsail down, with you having to monkey up there and stuff it in there, we'd have enough speed left by the time we're doing the 180 to make our mark?
If I wanted to put both sails away, like if we wanted both sails to be put away, we probably would have lost a lot of speed and we would have missed our mark. But we could, because our sail doesn't go into the bag nicely. It, like, I have to climb the mast and shove it in. We want to get one of those tracks. Those are on our list. They look pretty cool.
So that the sail just goes
Yeah, so the sail just flies into the bag, which would be beautiful. But
easy, quick.
yeah, nice and easy, quick. But as long as we just let the main sheet go and turn into the wind, the sail would just be going crazy, but we could still hit our mark, drop our anchor, and then fall back. And then, since we point into the wind anyways, we'd just drop our sail then.
We'll get there. This is baby steps.
Baby steps. Yeah, but that was cool. That was super fun to actually do that.
Feel a little sense of accomplishment.
Yeah. I've only been sailing like nonstop for I don't know how many, maybe a few
Sailing,
years.
but motoring to anchor.
Yeah, you can't win because now we don't get hot water for showering tonight, but we feel accomplished because we sailed to anchor. So like we'll be shivering,
A little
having
give
a
and
shower,
take.
but high-fiving.
Give and take.
Whoa. That's a dinghy. I thought that was a fish looking in the camera. So we got this cool light that you just kind of put on just attach it to your boat via 12 volt, and you plop it in the water, and it acts as like an underglow for the boat, and it's super cool. So since we're in only 8 feet of water, you can see the sand there at the bottom. So I just showered up after that little swim, and I'd say it was pretty cool. A little freaky if you stare at the light, because then it's like all you can see is the blue light and can't see anything else around you. So a bit freaky, but pretty sweet. We got that light for like 34 bucks on Amazon, and yeah, it's like anything called a underwater fishing light, but it's pretty cool. I would only do it in water that's maybe like 10 feet and less. Otherwise, if it's too deep, then you wouldn't see anything underneath you or around you, so it'd be a bit freaky, but pretty cool nonetheless. I think we're used to swimming with flippers too much. When you swim without flippers, It's really hard. Half a K swim, 1 kilometer hike. We just need the bicycle now.
Perfect.
Now we're set.